Okay. So, I'm halfway through a Cloud Quest thing and I had to start a database. Oh, shit. Oh, no, it should be fine. Okay. And then it's asked me on the DIY to create a read replica, I think. It wants me to call it. This. And it wants me to use a particular type of instance. Where's the instance selection? And it's the same thing. And create read replica. Cool. Okay. The other one was my MariaDB validate. Way. Cool. There we go then. Now I can collect this. Nice job. As a reward, I get to choose from this building. Yeah, let's go with that one. Champion. Level 11. New builder level, come on. God, these all sound so boring. Let's look at... What's this? Roles. Done that, done that. Done that. I must have done most of these. Cloud computing essentials. Databases in practice. Core security concepts. Highly available. Auto healing. First NoSQL. File systems in the cloud. Let's go with core security concepts. Help improve security at the city's stock exchange. Okay. Let's go here.
Hello, and welcome to the City Stock Exchange. Thanks for answering our call.
No problem. How can I help you?
We recently decided to create a support engineering team. As this team grows, we want to be able to manage users efficiently, providing all support engineers the same set of permissions. Can AWS help with this?
Yes, AWS has a service called AWS Identity and Access Management, or IAM. You can use IAM to create policies that manage AWS users and groups, and you can use permissions to allow and deny access to AWS resources. Using IAM, you can manage your security requirements at scale.
So, with policies, do I need to learn every type of permission for all AWS services? I just want my support engineers to have read-only access to Amazon EC2 and Amazon RDS.
No, you don't. IAM delivers pre-built AWS managed policies to help you get started quickly. 2 pre-built policies provide read-only access to Amazon EC2 and Amazon RDS.
Great! And if I don't want to use those predefined policies, can I create my own?
Yes, you can create your own custom policy and apply it to your resources. AWS also has the tools that can help you create policy files.
Wow, sounds like there are a lot of options. How about the actual creation of a user? I would like my support engineers to have access to the AWS Management Console and to developer tools. I also want to assign users to the support engineering team right away.
When you create users, you can assign them permissions to access resources through the AWS Management Console, AWS CLI, or developer tools. You can also place users in groups and assign permissions.
Thanks, this sounds promising. Can you show us how to get started by creating users and a user group for our support engineering team? Thanks so much. Our security team will sleep well knowing the permissions are locked down.
Let's go. So, this is the boring bit. We're not going to watch the videos because they suck. Okay. This solution uses AWS Identity and Access Management with limited permissions. Okay. First time user group is created. Fine. A read-only access policy for the Amazon EC2 service is attached. Yeah. IAM users are created and added to support engineers user group. All users that belong to the support engineers group will inherit the permissions set in the policies that are attached to the group. Multiple policies can be attached to the same user group to further refine permissions. Okay. This is annoying because I think Amazon, as of 2024, recommends using something called the IAM Identity Center, not the old IAM. So if that's what this is going to be in, that's going to be annoying. Oh well. 1 of 18. Okay. So let's make this more interesting to stop me from falling asleep. I'm going to give myself 18 minutes to complete this quest. AWS is being provisioned. Well, I'm not sure that should count, but review, click start, blah, 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 in this lab. They really should update this stuff. It's so frustrating because they switched to the IAM Identity Center. So surely everything should use IAM Identity Center if that's what they recommend. But now, it's just sort of one. It feels like in the documentation it's one or the other. When it really isn't. They want everyone to use the Identity Center. Come on. I just had it open. It's annoying, but it's still good enough that I'm going to pay the money to play the rest of these games. It's not great, but it's better than other stuff. It's better than reading the documentation. Oh, come on. 2 minutes so far. Ugh. There you go. Look, if you're providing console access to a person, it's a best practice to manage their access in IAM Identity Center. Nice. Oh my god, come on. Oh, finally. There we go. What did they say it wanted it to be? They wanted it to be support engineers or something? Yeah. Engineers. And they wanted EC2. Read only. Have to do that. Okay. Is that the only one? Cool. Create a username. Nice. Add user to a group. Add them to that group. Review and create. I am a user. Change password. Support engineers. Yep. Oops. Whatever. Oops. Cancel. Delete. What? Oh, anyway, never mind. The immortal user. Okay. What was it? Job title? Support. Ugh. So once I create this user, I just can't uncreate them. That's it. Nothing to be done about it. Fine. Console signer now. Okay. So another incognito tab. So is that going to be... Support password 123. Okay. Well, let's try this again. So there is no next step. Okay. Hey, there we go. That's more like it. Engineer, yep. Okay. Let's get here. Go to EC2. Go to our instances. Yeah, done. And let's terminate this instance. Bam. Terminate you. Oh, you're not authorized. Is that expected? Cool. Easy enough. Grant support engineers group read-only access to the Amazon RDS. Okay, so even with the failure, that only took 14 and a bit minutes. 14 minutes, 20 seconds. Okay, I think I get this done in 2 minutes. User groups, support engineers, permissions. No? Oh. Attach policies. Yes, read-only access. Bosh, attach policies. And that should be it. Validate. Easy. This is great. Thanks for building this solution. Now choose a reward. You can have a weird theme park, a horrible skyscraper, or this. Who likes horrible skyscrapers? Just, why would you want that? Level 13, get in. God, I'm good. Keep going. I've almost got my badge. Where's the route? How do you get to the route? Isn't that this? Just stays there forever. Oh, there we go. Dismiss. First no SQL. Hi, welcome to the best entertaining streaming service in the city. Thanks for answering the call. No worries, how can I help you? We want to add more features to our streaming services, which would require a highly scalable database with lightning fast performance. One feature idea we have is to add a digital bookmark so that customers can continue watching shows where they left off. Can we accomplish this without having a well-defined schema? If you don't know what a well-defined schema is, I mean, you could easily accomplish that with a well-defined schema. That's a bit ridiculous, really, but a well-defined schema means, in database terminology, you've set up beforehand where you want all the data to go. So if you imagine you had like an Excel spreadsheet, if you had columns, and you might say like column 1 is the name of an item that I bought, column 2 is its cost, column 3 is the date on which I bought it. That's actually a schema. You're setting up a schema where you have several fields that all have to mean something. If you don't have a well-defined schema, it means the data is a bit more ad hoc. That would be a nice feature to add. Based on what you described, I think Amazon DynamoDB is the best option. DynamoDB is a NoSQL database, so you don't have to worry about a schema. It automatically scales, and it has a single-digit millisecond latency, which is fast. So what this actually is it means rather than store data in this like column format, instead, if you've ever seen JSON before, this is what JSON looks like. Looks like this sort of stuff. These things here between the curly braces, this would be, oops. No, that's annoying. This would be considered, like between the curly braces, would be considered a document in a NoSQL database. And you can sort of put, even though here it's got name, language ID, etc., you can put in lots of different key value pairs. So the name is a key and this is the value. You can put in lots of different ones of them, and they can differ between documents, which means it's schemaless. So it's got no real well-defined schema. It can change depending on the document. DynamoDB is a NoSQL blah, blah, blah. Okay, that might work, but what about gathering metadata on viewing habits from customer devices? Can a NoSQL database organize a large amount of metadata and support the storage of it? It sure can. DynamoDB supports petabytes of data. And to support your metadata needs, you can add records with unique IDs that have varying attributes. Okay. Nice! This sounds like it will greatly enhance our customer streaming experience. Can you help us implement the solution? I sure can. Fantastic. Let's get the show on the road. So they need this fast. They need this fast. Again, not going to bother going through the video concept and stuff because they are shockingly bad. They are shockingly bad. Create a database to help our video streaming team track customer viewing behaviors from metadata such as movies watched and device type. Which is a flexible schema so each row can have any number of attributes at any point in time. Yes, this is cool. The way DynamoDB works is you have these partitioning keys and these primary keys, and the partitioning keys let you separate your data out into different boxes basically, and that makes DynamoDB really fast because the items that you have, the documents, will be separated in some sort of logical way so that when someone queries, they go to only one of these nodes or boxes or whatever, and then they can search through that node or box very quickly because there's a lot less data basically. Cool. So that addresses the fast response time required by the solution. DynamoDB. So sort key lets you sort the data, the partition data, so the data in the boxes. Yep. So it's flexible so you can add stuff when you want rather than having to redefine your schema, having to redo everything, having to give having to waste space by assigning null values to every document where this one factor you wanted to add for this one document exists. So it saves a lot of space. It's good. Okay. So here we go. Create a NoSQL database as an Amazon DynamoDB table. Add records with dynamic schema to the DynamoDB table. Query the DynamoDB table. Create a new user item with a unique ID. Add a new attribute named rating with a number data type. Cool. Lab files. Nothing. Start the lab. Started much quicker. Get rid of that. Steps 26. I reckon we can do this in 18 minutes. Bam. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. What do you reckon? Create a table. Enter a table name. My Dynamo table. My DynamoDB. Enter the partition key name. Okay, I don't know what that's going to be. This is cool. The fact that Amazon DynamoDB is serverless just means that you don't really have to worry about provisioning any servers yourself or managing anything. I mean, in fairness, we did just look at Amazon RDS where that's sort of a similar thing. But yeah, just cool to know that. Create a table. Yeah, did that. Table details section. Okay, user video. Partition on user ID, and they want last date watched. So I guess the rest is default settings. In the settings section, keep the default. No tags. Create table. I wonder why they had me create that tag in the other one. Maybe it was just, yeah. That was a lot faster than Amazon RDS. Sets up very quickly. Amazon RDS took about 8-9 minutes. That was 30 seconds maybe. Yeah. Click actions to This is cool as well. So I guess it's DynamoDB is replicated across availability zones, which is really nice because that means it's stable and sort of hard to crash by default. Click actions to expand the drop-down menu. Okay. What do we want to do? Choose create item. Composite keys is both the sort key. Section, use this value, some random value, and in case you don't know, this is probably time in, that's not milliseconds, but time in seconds, possibly. A Unix timestamp, there we go. So that's number of seconds since the Unix epoch began. And I think the Unix epoch is when the Unix epoch. Unix is an operating system. I think it's basically from when the operating system was first introduced. Or maybe not. Maybe it's just a time that was chosen by the people who created Unix. So yeah, so the way this works is you hash the user ID, and the user ID hash function determines what partition the item that you're adding is going to go to. A hashing function basically is a way of taking some input string or something like that and turning it into another string or some other output. And if you do this correctly, you can take any input string and transform it into one of like 10 different things or something like that, depending on whatever it is. And by doing hashes like that, you can make it much easier to reach data. Might be poorly explained, but yeah, it's basically just a way of separating things into different partitions in like a, so that if I came in and said I want this particular user ID, it would hash through and find it much more quickly. Click add new attribute. Okay. Didn't even see what it said on string, maybe. Choose string. Name. Come on. Okay, fine. It should just let you choose whatever you want, shouldn't it? Click add new attribute, choose string. Oh, that's annoying. Explore items. Is it preferred language? English. Add new attribute, choose list. This is going to be it. You're going to make me do it a few more times. And left navigation pane under tables, click click create item. Okay, save and close. Choose number. Oh, I've already done this. expand the section. Scan or query. Click the query tab. Do we don't think we need to do that. Hmm. Hmm. Lost it. Where is he? Cool. Easy enough. 6 minutes to spare. DIY then. Create a new user item with a unique ID. Add a new attribute named rating with a number data type. Fine. I reckon we could do this in... Actually, what is it? Oh yeah. Do it in 1 minute 30. Go. You gotta add a new one in, quick. Okay, I will. I hope. Explore table items. God damn it. There it is. An ID. Add new attribute. Number. Rating 10. Create item. What is this called? User video history and item user ID is an ID. Validate. Come on. Come on. Yes. Fantastic. Thank you for building this solution. Now you can choose your reward. Oh, yep. May as well choose the one that's not Healthscape. Leveled up. Come on. Nice. I am elite. Elite. AWS. Part of the AWS Elite. Can I zoom out further? Drone view. What's this? Ah. That's how you do it. Roll map. Nearly there. File systems in the cloud. That'll have to be for another day. Or probably later on this evening. Right, I'm going to pause and have some food.